everyone, Game Grail here. So 2 months ago, my channel has reached 500 subscribers, and as I mentioned around that time as well, I wanted to make a special video for you all for saying thanks for subscribing to my channel. And because I'm not ready to do a face reveal, I've turned myself into a Pikachu. So, question, have you guys ever made something in the past that you've looked back on today and hated it so much? Where am I going with this? Well, remember that shitty countdown video I did around 4 years ago? Well, today I'm gonna go back to this old video and give it the proper bashing it deserves. Now, before I talk about this video today, allow me to explain the backstory of how this video came to be. Way back in 2012, I started watching videos from the countdown community. I loved the idea of being able to talk about your favorite video games with certain topics and certain amount of candidates for said topic, and it was just something I was really invested in, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm still really invested in it today. After watching so many countdown lists, I decided I want to try it as well. So in 2013, my channel hit the 100 subscriber mark, and I wanted to do a countdown video to celebrate the occasion. So I posted a video with 4 topics for a countdown video that I wanted my fans to choose from, because if it wasn't for them, the channel wouldn't hit this mark, so I wanted them to be the ones to decide for me. The topic that got the most votes was top 11 disturbing bosses from non-horror/horror games. Now, most people stick to non-horror when it comes to disturbing bosses, but I wanted to be more unique by including horror games as well. To be honest, I was actually surprised that topic ended up being the winner, but the people have spoken and I began to work on my video. So about a week and a half of work later, my first countdown was born. Long story short, it ended up being my worst video ever. And I have no one to blame for this mess but myself. This is something that was clearly rushed and clearly not well thought out, and I should have known better considering the age I was making this. So grab some popcorn, be prepared to facepalm at least 50 times, because today we're gonna go back on this video and see why I hate it so much. I can't even begin to tell you all how much this is going to hurt. Nice intro past me. Poor quality clips from random games with graceful assassin from Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. That formula hasn't been done to death. At least it's only 33 seconds and not a minute. I mean, yeah, 33 seconds is a bit excessive for something that's just video game clips and music, but hey, I've seen people do over a minute on these things. And let's just be grateful I didn't go down that path. Oh, yeah. I guess I better address that old name of mine. So, when I first started this channel, yes, my username was Miss Game Craze. But in 2015, I figured out that I was a trans man, so I changed my username to just Game Craze. However, my story of being trans is for another video. So for now, please ignore this and refer to me with male pronouns. Please, thanks, let's move on. Oh, and nice choice of a font, dude. Well, I've hit the 100 subscriber mark, you all put in your votes, and the results led to this. Holy shit. I had no idea my old mic sounded that bad. See, when I was making this countdown back in the day, I was using a $7 microphone that I bought at my nearest Walmart. And oh boy does it show its quality here. And when compared to the Turtle Beach X12, which is what I use to do my videos nowadays, you can definitely tell the difference. Here's a lesson you can take from this, guys. If you want to do any video where you're going to talk, get a good quality microphone because it really makes a difference.
The top 11 disturbing bosses in video gaming. Video game bosses sure have a variety of results, don't they?
Thanks for stating what everyone who has played a game knows, buddy.
Some can be funny, some can be epic as hell, while others can lead to the question of, what the hell?
My thoughts on this video so far, and we're only a minute in. Oh, but don't worry, guys. It'll get a lot worse as we go on.
These bosses in these countdown are...
These bosses in these countdown? Okay, I admit I have a really hard time speaking and pronouncing things good. Hell, I do it a lot in my Let's Plays. But good God, past me. You're using a script and doing something you can do multiple takes of. Review your audio to make sure you talk properly.
gruesome at the least. They can look hideous, be hard to grasp, or have a very heavy amount of symbolism. And we're here to honor these disturbing bosses. Now this list is going to have bosses from both non-horror and horror genres.
People can read the title of the video, you know. There's no need to repeat yourself.
And there is one rule in this list. These bosses have to be from games I have played. So don't expect Gygas, Clotho, Nightmare, or Klompa to be on this list. Since I've never played any of these games that these bosses were featured in.
Major boo-boo here. Past me, there's no need to list common candidates from other countdown lists. I'm pretty sure people watching this are smart enough to understand this is an opinion list and know the candidates are from games you've played.
So sit back, grab some brain bleach, and relax as I introduce to you my top 11 disturbing bosses from both non-horror and horror games.
Everybody got that? Good!
Again, nice font there, buddy. And second, you're just adding more filler by adding your username twice in the span of 2 minutes. Again, this is unnecessary. I'm really starting to question how much you respect your audience at this point. There was no need for you to add the title a third time.
Warning, this boss contains an arachnid-style creature. If you have arachnophobia, you may want to skip this spot. You have been warned.
1. People can read that. 2. Arachnid-style creature? Seriously? Was saying arachnid just too simple? Sweet Jesus, this is gonna hurt.
Okay, we finally reached the glade where Sally is being held. Now we can... what's going on? Gah!
Really convincing gah there, buddy. And also, you're not supposed to talk when playing cutscenes in a countdown. This isn't a Let's Play. Just talk about the game and scenario quickly, then get to the candidate. It's not that hard.
Yeah, you guys probably expected a spider-like enemy to appear on this list.
No one expects spiders to be on a disturbing boss list. And, really? That's your first choice for this list? This? This thing doesn't even look disturbing. If anything, it looks more goofy and ridiculous. Just because it's a spider and people can be scared of them doesn't mean it's disturbing. The first choice on this list, and it doesn't even match the topic of this video. Holy crap, we're in for a ride, guys.
What do you expect? It's a Halloween-based game. You fight this guy after arriving in the burial chamber to save Sally, and before you have time to tell these lovebirds to get a room...
Wow, that joke was horrible. But I get the feeling that won't be the only bad joke in this video.
Sally is suddenly tied up, and this giant spider comes down in front of Jack, prepared for a battle. The spider doesn't look all that disturbing, but what got it on this list is that when you hit its glowing bump on its ass, it goes underground and suddenly divides into hundreds of little spiders.
Oh god, these line reads are just so painful to listen to. How was I ever okay with this? Oh, and I love how Past Me admitted this boss isn't disturbing, but added it anyway just because it has a zit on its ass and it lets out mini spiders. That's more weird than disturbing, Past Me.
You know, I have to ask, just how did this thing manage to do this so quickly? Did it gain magical powers, or did it just shit out hundreds of eggs that hatched right after? Whatever the reason. I only placed this boss at number 11 because this boss fight tends to be more goofy than disturbing.
If it's more goofy than disturbing, why did you put it on the list in the first place?
Especially when you do the stance section of the fight. It just acts really silly. Although slightly creepy, but not quite enough to get it higher on this list.
Ah, the classic fade in, fade out transition. You are really upping your game, huh, Past Me?
First off, I want to address something. Coffins. Yes, coffins, just listen. There have been a couple ideas that developers came up with that revolved around a coffin. One example is the Gen 5 Pokemon known as Confagrigus.
What the hell does Confagrigus have to do with a disturbing boss video? You don't need to add unnecessary build up to the next boss. Just do a short intro and talk about said boss and why it's on here.
Another example being this. That's right, we're talking about a Kingdom Hearts boss.
Really? Leechgrave? Granted, it's a slight improvement from the last one, but this still doesn't qualify as disturbing.
This one is called the Leechgrave, which is literally a coffin attached to a plant-like structure that fights you. You fight this boss during a mission you go on later in Halloween Town, which is the Nightmare Before Christmas world you visit in the game.
No, really? I didn't know that. I thought Halloween Town came from fucking Beetlejuice. Seriously, Past Me, The Nightmare Before Christmas is a pretty well-known movie. I'm pretty sure most people know what Halloween Town is from.
During the fight, the Leechgrave releases these black claw-like things known as the Tentaclaw, which you have to take out in order to weaken the Leechgrave. From there, you attack the coffin before it regains its strength. If you try to attack it before killing the Tentaclaws, it will release a poisonous gas at you. Why did I put this on the list? Well, I'll admit the plant part does look goofy, but let's just look at the actual coffin.
The coffin looks like a cheap Halloween decoration.
You have a black coffin that's wrapped in chains, is cracked at the top right corner, revealing just one yellow eye, has nails stuck in it, and when the coffin opens, two huge hands come out trying to bitch slap you.
Pardon me, but in that footage you showed, the hands were clearly trying to grab you, not bitch slap. Big difference.
Jeez, did Game Freak get the idea for Confagrigus from this guy?
This is a Kingdom Hearts boss, not a Pokemon boss. Stay on topic.
However, it's still relatively low at the list because when you look at this boss, it's still a puppy compared to other bosses of this type.
Considering the bosses we've seen so far, I have a feeling the other bosses won't be any different.
Show you the power of the god. Now, receive my judgment.
Before any of you complain to me for putting the sequel's Wiseman to the original Sega Saturn Wiseman on this game,
Stop treating your audience like they're the enemy. It only makes you look like an asshole.
I have not owned a Sega Saturn, and I never even heard about the franchise until the sequel came out for the Wii.
Again, stay on topic. I know I said this 3 times, but you keep going off topic and it gets annoying.
That aside, Wiseman is not only creepy, but his boss battle is epic. What makes this guy and his fight disturbing, though?
Yeah, what does make him disturbing? Because I'm not seeing it.
Well, first, his design. His head is basically a helmet that has long crooked spikes coming out of it, which never reveals his face. He floats around with just a cape, showing he has no body. And to add more to it, he has 6 floating hands floating around him, all of them having a huge bloody eye on their palms.
Meh, I've seen worse. Also, I know we suck at talking, but maybe take a few seconds to edit those pauses in between the words. Just saying.
Aside from his design, his battle theme pretty much says you're in trouble. During his fight, he warps the area around you, such as making it a watery battlefield with tornadoes coming at you, creating a space-like dimension with powerful winds and shooting fireballs, and then taking you to what I think is a thunderstorm with floating rocks.
You think a thunderstorm is happening? Dude, there is lightning and clouds everywhere. What do you think thunderstorms are?
Dumbass. While creating clones to distract you. The actual battle isn't all that bad, but it's Wiseman's theme and appearance that makes it on the list. What can I say about Fragile Dreams? It's a nice little game that takes place in a post-apocalyptic world where the main goal is to find real humans. This game's enemies is mainly ghost-like creatures.
Well, at least we're entering a game with creepy themes? Who knows, maybe this list will actually improve.
And there are not really many that disturbing, until you get close to the end of the game. Sai warns you of the next boss, which goes something like this.
What's with this place? It smells funny.
Be careful. There's a whole different breed of enemy hiding around here.
Must be a new species
Different
of
how?
ghosts. After all, that's what we've been fighting.
So much for that idea.
We've dealt with hazy, shadowy ghosts so far, but this guy's here in the flesh with a
Wait,
taste for
what?
meat.
What are you talking about?
Again, this is a countdown list, not a let's play. Shut up and get to the boss.
It'll strike from the walls and the ceiling.
Sai,
Keep your ears
what's
open
going
so
on?
you can anticipate its attacks.
I don't like that music. Or that noise. Sweet Jesus!
I'm acting!
Yes, there is a mole-like thing you have to fight in Fragile Dreams. And boy, does it look ugly. It's like what would happen if you tried to alter the DNA of a mole and give it elephant tusks and give it the size of a fudging tiger.
Wow, that was an even worse joke than the get a room joke. Robin Williams would be proud of you.
The first note of the boss battle can send shivers down your spine, and it doesn't help that this thing can attack you from the walls and even the ceiling. What made it on this list is the fact that it is a huge slap to the face. All throughout the game, you've been fighting ghosts and supernatural beings, but here, you're fighting a real in-the-flesh monster that's trying to eat you.
I'll give you a little credit since that is kind of screwed up, but it's still not great of a choice, buddy. 5 out of 10.
The surprising change in boss type and the overall atmosphere of this fight is what gets this boss on the list.
Also, I noticed at the end of each segment, the cutscene drags out for 5 seconds before moving on. Again, past me, adding pointless filler is not good.
Good God, Nintendo. You've got balls making this boss.
Oh, just great. Now you ripped off the Fiery Joker and the Autarch Flames top disturbing boss video with this segment. Great. Granted, it's worded differently, but that's still no excuse. Ripping jokes off doesn't make you automatically clever. Shame on you, past me. Shame on you. I had no excuse. Maybe if I was a dumb teenager, that could be a little excusable. But would you guys believe me that I was 20 when I made this list? Freaking 20? You think I know better than to not steal other people's jokes or segments, but nope, I did it anyway because I was too lazy to word it in my own way.
I mean, are you trying to give your younger viewers arachnophobia? Jeez! What makes this girl disturbing is the fact that she starts out as a cute-looking girl who seems harmless, but then right out of nowhere, she starts turning her head until you can literally hear her fudging neck snap as it spins like the Wheel of Fortune wheel until these long black legs come shooting out, giving her the resemblance of a daddy longleg.
Interesting comparison. Still stupid though.
And it doesn't really help that when you actually fight her, each set of damage she takes, one of those legs snaps off. Is this a kid's game or did I read the ESRB rating wrong?
Was this supposed to be a good video or did I get my hopes up too high?
Just introduce the boss.
My god, you just cut straight to the boss to talk about it instead of putting in pointless filler. Not bad past me. If only you did this earlier instead of wasting everyone's time.
Want to join them? I hear the acid's lovely.
Can I have some of that acid? Because that would be less painful than watching this video. No? Damn.
Yes, I really did put a boss from Clock Tower that is not Scissor Man. But I can't help it. This guy's a freaking nutball. Corroder from Clock Tower 3 may not be as disturbing as the other entries, but it's his creation backstory and what he does in the game that gets him on this list. First off, in the game, we first see a happy and heartwarming scene of a mother and her son.
Albert, what's this?
Winter's coming, and I don't want you catching cold, wandering around outside. I've been making this in my spare time. How is it, warm enough?
It's lovely. So warm and soft. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Jesus!
Do I even need to point out how bad my acting is here?
This guy comes right out of nowhere, shoots acid, yes, acid from a hose-like thing he carries, puts the son and mother in a barrel, and pours acid all over them, leaving them be burned by the acid while they're still alive.
Again, nice acting.
God, talk about cruel. The fun doesn't stop there, though. The Corroder chases the main protagonist, Alyssa, until you finally fight him with his main weapon being, you guessed it, fudging acid.
Christ, that one person was right. I do sound like I'm part dog in this.
But here's another thing that adds to his disturbing level. Much like Norm Bates and Leatherface for being based off Ed Gein, who was a killer in real life, Capcom actually based Corroder off a famous British serial killer, John George Hyde, who is also known as the Acid Bath Murderer, a man who killed 9 people, according to John himself, before forging papers to sell their possessions for huge sums of money. And to try and hide his crimes, he dissolved his victims in sulfuric acid, believing that if the bodies could not be recovered, he would not be convicted for murder.
I'll be damned. You found a decent boss for this list. Let's see how long that lasts.
Jeez, at least he killed his victims before dissolving them. In the game, he kills them still alive. I'm sorry, but basing a character off someone who actually had the balls to commit such horrible acts in real life adds points to the disturbing level. That's why it gets its spot on the list.
He's ugly! 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 Ugly!
That line pretty much sums up my feelings right now.
Ugly can pretty much define this asshole in a nutshell. Dr. Steinman from BioShock is definitely one of the most insane characters in the game. The fight with him isn't all that bad, but it's his backstory and what he does on a daily basis that gives him the spot.
You really need to work on your script skills, buddy, because you're being pretty repetitive.
This guy used to be a doctor that excelled in plastic surgery. When he came to Rapture and Adam became a hit, he used it to try to improve his medical skills and be able to sculpt flesh with ease. But he had one too many doses of Adam, and it caused his mind to go to hell. He became so obsessed with beauty and the human anatomy that an auto diary in the game explains that he saw the Greek goddess of beauty, Aphrodite.
It's so boring!
How does that work? Where does that expression come from? It doesn't make any sense.
Make it stop!
And wanted to make woman as pretty as her, only to fail so many times he lost even more of his sanity. The little speech before you fight him, while I'll give credit to the voice actor for really making it sound emotional, it's still creepy as shit. Let's take a look, shall we?
Of course, it'd be a nice break from your horrible acting.
I do with this one, Aphrodite. She won't stay still.
You're adding text to the cutscene now. Are you kidding me?
Dumbass.
You know this video is bad when all the countdown lists from 2012 look like masterpieces compared to this shit.
I want to make them beautiful, but they always turn out wrong. That one, too fat. This one, too tall. This one, too symmetrical. And now, what's this goddess? An intruder. He's ugly. 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 Ugly.
I can't even make a joke about this, guys. I mean, what the fuck was I thinking with that joke? Did I really think that would be funny? That it would be the most quoted line in the comments section? Oh my god. I don't even know how to apologize for that one, guys. That wasn't even a joke. That was just horrible.
Boy, that was close. Managed to shove my wrench up his ass.
You know who else could use a wrench up their ass? You!
Well, back to the video. So who's next on the list?
Look out, G! It's a trap!
Oh god, not this dude. Ugh.
Wow, you sound so bored right now. Hell, you sounded bored the moment you started this video. Dude, did you even want to do this list? No wonder it sucks. You're not even giving it your all. Which should have been obvious the moment we started this video, but I digress.
George from Shadows of the Damned is the first out of several big demons you have to face in the game. I picked this guy for the list because he has two forms, each pretty gruesome. His first form literally bursts out of Paula, who is Garcia's love interest, and eats her limbs. Then he chases you while playing a harmonica that's in his throat, while you have to shoot light barrels to stun him and then shoot his head.
Another big mistake made multiple times in this countdown. Past me, you always explain how to fight the boss. You never really talk about what makes him disturbing. That's the whole topic of your video, isn't it? Top 11 disturbing boss fights? If you wanted to do a list where you talk about how to beat the boss, why didn't you just do a video about best or worst boss fights? Just saying. You really don't know what you're talking about, do you?
This isn't too bad, but when you face him the second time, that's where things start to get ugly. He eats his own heart to turn into this beast-like creature, and then he has a horse that literally poops darkness out. And after you kill the horse, he eats its heart and grows into a giant, then eating the horse itself for a power boost. And then after you shoot his red blood spots, he pisses out darkness, and his intestines come out. I guess that's what it is.
1. Yes, those are indeed intestines. Should have paid better attention in health class, buddy. 2nd, this boss fight isn't really so much as disturbing as it is gruesome and over the top. Shadows of the Damned is a game that takes place in hell, but it goes over the top with its setting, and it basically takes more of a comedic approach to it. So again, very poor choice, dude. Especially for number 4.
And that's what you have to shoot to finish him off. The fact that he takes cannibalism to a new level earns his spot on the list.
Okay guys, just 3 more and we're done. Bear with me, please. I know this is super painful. It is for me too, but we can do this.
Oh, Sister Juliet. And Brother Nick.
Fuck. More filler. Christ, what was I thinking putting all these cutscenes to pad out the video's runtime? I am so sorry for this, guys. This is hurting me as much as it's hurting you right now.
Let's travel to the land beyond the doors of perception. Step outside the boundaries of your mind. Lose yourself in the eternal, collective unconscious. And rot.
Listen, lady, why don't you try using some deodorant? Because honestly, you smell like shit.
You ever wonder what would happen if Satan had a daughter that was once a hippie in real life?
Enough said.
Well, you got it right here. Mariska from Lollipop Chainsaw is one of the most insane bosses in a Suda51 game.
Isn't Suda51 known for making their games insane and over the top? Hell, the previous game we covered, Shadows of the Damned, is also made by Suda51, and that one went completely over the wall.
This battle can also be classified as a mindfuck. It makes you wonder what the developers were smoking when they made this boss.
I want to ask you the same thing when you made this abomination.
This boss is pretty much a hippie, or represents the punkadelic rock music, but she is nowhere at being peaceful. You can see buses burning in the middle of the battleground. Mariska flips the audience off while saying everlasting peace. She even gives off the peace sign while saying hell. Not to mention, she has a bad stitching job all around her body.
She's a zombie. What do you expect? She's not gonna look pretty now, is she?
During her fight, she uses bubbles to attack you. She ends up duplicating herself after you kill her the first 2 times. And not to mention that in the background, you will sometimes see butterflies that swarm around you, draining your health.
This boss is an acid trip, sure, but again, it's not disturbing. In fact, all of your candidates on this list haven't been disturbing. Do you even know what disturbing means? Oh, who am I kidding? Of course you don't know what disturbing means. You just love wasting everyone's time making one of the worst countdown lists ever to have existed. You have failed. And that is bad considering that you were 20 when making this list. Fucking 20. You should have known better.
That's just... Damn, Suda. You guys love to take risks, don't you? Only number 2? Well, sure. I found one that was more disturbing than this guy, at least in my opinion.
Pyramid Head. Are you kidding me? You went with Pyramid Head for your number 2. He has more symbolism to him than disturbing. Like, did you put any goddamn thought while making this?
But all said, Pyramid Head really is a creepy guy. It's a Silent Hill boss, so what do you expect? Pyramid Head makes his debut in Silent Hill 2, where James goes to find his wife Mary. The first fight with Pyramid Head isn't all that bad. Just shoot him until it's over. Easy, right?
It'd be nice if the footage you were showing had James shooting Pyramid Head, ya schmuck.
But what makes him creepy is what he represents in Silent Hill. We later find out in the game that James killed Mary when she was sick and having no hope of recovering to spare her of even further pain. Pyramid Head, at least in the final battle, we learn that he represents James' Punisher, to punish him for his sins.
I'm losing hope, guys. This whole list has been such a painful experience, and it hurts me so much knowing that I was the one who made this. I bet the final canon's going to be just like the rest. Not disturbing, and it's going to be explained in a really poor fashion.
The fact that his sole purpose of existing is to punish James, and the fact that he wears a pyramid-shaped helmet, never revealing his face, and wielding that huge-ass blade of his, Pyramid Head continues to disturb gamers as the years go by.
I beg to differ. Okay guys, we're here. Just one more entry. One more entry and the torture is almost over. We can do it. I believe in you.
So what could possibly beat Mariska, Mimi, and the Pyramid Head?
Lavender Town from Pokemon Generation 1? Hey, considering the shit we saw in this video, I wouldn't be surprised if that was number 1.
Well, you're about to find out. The number 1 disturbing boss on this list is...
Get on with it. Yes, get on with it!
Sorry, but not sorry for that overused joke.
Him.
For those who didn't understand what I just said, I had my mouth covered while shouting, "Oh my god, my eyes!" Past me, unless you're showing yourself on camera, don't cover your mouth to express shock. People won't understand you.
Just, why? Why was it necessary to make a boss like this? What were the developers thinking while coming up with this idea?
Bad acting aside, this is taking a different turn. Could it be?
The doll maker has got to be one of the most disgusting and disturbing bosses ever to hit the video game history. You fight this bastard on the Nightmare Train as the final boss in Alice Madness Returns. And believe me, not only does this thing look disturbing, but what it's supposed to symbolize just makes you want to grab the nearest plushie and try to retain every last bit of your sanity. How could this abomination be
truly the best way to know you have a good quality microphone? When the mic suddenly starts popping when you talk.
Disturbing. Well, let's break it down, shall we? The doll maker has empty eye sockets that ooze black tar-like liquid, which makes up a beard on the chin area, has 2 hands attached to strings, and is just overall disgusting to look at. Oh, but it doesn't end there. Oh no. You want to know what this thing is supposed to symbolize? Well, let me give you some hints. The 2 hands, which both have genders by the way. Yes, I'm not making this up. The left is a boy, the right is a girl. These hands shake their palms around as if they have asses, move in a way that's like hip thrusting, and if they grab Alice, they pinch and grope her. Still having trouble? Well, let's give you a better hint. During the fight, the hands will grab 2 pillars. Pillars? Oh, wait. Those pillars are no ordinary pillars. Oh, no. Those pillars represent Alice's legs. And when the doll maker grabs those pillars and lets out a tongue that makes Klompa's tongue look like a puppy, guess what's that supposed to be? Oral sex. Still haven't guessed yet? Well, basically this battle represents rape. That's exactly what this boss is doing, trying to taunt Alice with sexual desires.
My god, you did it. You actually found a disturbing boss. And you even explained why it was disturbing without filler, bad jokes, or explaining how to beat it. Guys, this calls for an applause, because Past Me just did it. They actually found a good disturbing boss. Let's all give them a big hand. However, this makes me mad because it shows that this list had the potential to be decent. But no, instead we get bad jokes, unnecessary filler, bad writing, 10 candidates that didn't even match the topic of the list, and I feel sorry for every single soul that had to watch this piece of shit, and I give you all the internet hugs. I wish I could do something to make up for this waste of time.
I mean, good God, American McGee. I know your games are not exactly kid-friendly, but making a boss that represents rape? I think I just lost some of my sanity from this. I mean, all in all, I know a lot of people would probably put Pyramid Head at number 1.
No, they wouldn't.
But when a boss uses a strong amount of symbolism that connects to rape, probably one of the most unbearable experiences to ever have.
You know, buddy, it probably would have been helpful if you put a warning saying you were going to be talking about a boss that symbolized rape. You know, a trigger warning for people that have actually experienced this. Because this sort of thing is triggering to rape victims, so it always helps to have that little extra warning.
That alone gives it the number 1 spot on this list. I'm Miss Game Craze, and now if you'll excuse me, I gotta go buy some brain bleach.
Yeah? Well, I'm Game Craze, and I need some Tylenol because of this headache you gave me with this obnoxious video. You couldn't even put effort in the credits. Well, a fitting way to end a shitty video. And with that, I'm finally done with this piece of shit. Oh boy, was this a roller coaster of a video. To think I was proud of this back then. Like, how was I ever okay with this? I honestly can't comprehend the fact that I thought this was good enough for a 100 subscriber video. A way to celebrate 100 subscribers. I should have put more effort, but I didn't. Just, wow. Shame on past me. Shame on them. I could ramble on for the next 10 minutes about why this video sucks, but then I'd sound pretty repetitive, so instead, allow me to present a clip that properly describes my feelings for this video.
That was so beyond crap! It would take a spaceship 15 years to get to a planet close enough to look through a telescope at the crap it was.
Wow. So, it's been 4 years since that train wreck, and a couple of you have asked me if I would do more lists. Well, back then, I did have quite a few in mind. I was working on a top 80 favorite games list, but immediately scrapped it due to not liking how it was going. And I even had ideas for a most hated characters list, a top 100 Pokemon list, and even a top 10 games I've played in 2015 list. Sadly though, as the years went on, I hated how my old list came out, and I became a bit too scared of doing more due to bigger countdown makers making better quality videos than me. I know I shouldn't let more experienced people intimidate me from trying, but honestly, it's something I have a hard time controlling. But a part of me still wants to do these. I'd like to do more than Let's Plays on my channel, and I really want to talk more about games since, well, video games are a pretty big part of who I am. I just wonder if I can really do a better job. Honestly, if you guys think I can do it, and if you guys want me to try and make more videos like this, maybe I can give it another go. But that's for another day. For now, allow me to end this video by saying this. This is gonna sound a little sappy, so bear with me. Thank you all so much for over 500 subscribers. I never imagined I would get this far. It is such a huge milestone for me, and I am so grateful that you guys, despite all my flaws, are willing to watch my videos and continue to support my work. You're all the very reason I keep making these videos, and without you, I wouldn't be here making this one. I hope I can continue to give you all more content you enjoy, and here's to more videos to come. So until next time, I'll see you all later. And since I'm still not I was oh god, I can't speak for my life. Repetitive lines are This list just ends up becoming one of the worst pieces of shit I make, and I am horribly bad at this.